We sat down with head coach Ben Taylor this week to talk about some key individuals on the team, the upcoming Glacier trip, and some Taylorisms you may hear him say from the dugout. Check it out on this edition of Taylor's Take.
You know, things are good. We're 20 games in, 13-7, 15 of those on the road. You know, half game into first, and first place is first place, you know, whether it's a half game or 10 games. So we're where we want to be, and things are looking good for us. Yeah, it should be great. You know, hopefully it warms up a little bit for us, but to be home with the best fans in the ABL and the best crowd in the ABL will be really nice for these guys. I mean, they've really paid their dues on the road, and if anything, we've earned the right to play in front of these awesome fans. Quin is as dynamic of a player as I've had up here in 5 years. You know, hitting a tick above 350 for us, and gets big knocks and starts rallies and scores runs. I mean, he's been absolutely fantastic. We couldn't have asked more out of him. His hard work, you know, the guy was struggling and kind of down on himself, and decided that he wanted to make a change and do some things different. And he, you know, with some work and just some one-on-one time, we made some changes with his setup and raised his hands a little bit and just kind of give him a different perspective on things. And sometimes it's good. You take a deep breath and life gets a little easier and a lot more fun for you. I think it's a 24/7 type thing. We spend so much time together and we bond up so close that, you know, you're constantly at the field with these guys trying to develop the physical and the mental side of the game, and they don't have the pressures of having to go to class or, you know, to try and compete with their RPI to go to a regional. All they have to do is take care of themselves and be good teammates, and the rest sort of sorts itself out. That is definitely part of the Namaste crew. Tuesdays and Thursday mornings, we have a pretty good time with that at the local yoga studio. And, you know, he's been our 8th inning guy. He's thrown some extended relief for us, and he's been fantastic in that role. He's kind of settled in there, and he's kind of shut some things down for us and opens it up, you know, maybe in the 9th for Josh Green or whoever it might be. And if Green's down for the day, you know, he settles into the 9th inning role. It's nice to have a great swingman like that. Yeah, keep the line moving. Get the next man up to the plate. How many guys can we send to the plate? You know, our goal every inning is to send 5 men to the plate. And it doesn't matter whether you walk or get a base hit or reach on an error. However, you got to get the next guy up and keep the line moving. That's what we're trying to do. And this team's done a pretty good job hitting with 2 outs over the last little while. That kind of started in Kenai. It's something that has always been a part of what I think to be important in offensive baseball. And these guys have bought in on it, and yeah, you hear it all the time, move the line, move the line, move the line. And, you know, when they start saying it, then you can tell that they're dialed in on it too. It's a lot of fun. There's a lot. That seems to be something, you know, 15 years of being a college coach now. Things that I tend to say, or how I say things, sometimes becomes a bit of a running joke or a thing, but I don't know, it's just talking baseball. You know, you get caught up in the moment a little bit, and chatter and talking is part of the game. It's a constant 9-inning conversation, and I think it helps stay engaged. You know, I don't know half the stuff that comes out of my mouth, but it's usually trying to get these guys going or focused in on something, or, you know, maybe a bit of a focus check, or maybe a, hey, let's continue our focus kind of thing. It's just kind of how it rolls. Yeah, absolutely. I've been 5 times in 4 years So this will be my 6th trip, and every year it's different. I don't know whether it's global warming or what it is, but every time we're there, it looks a little bit different. So I'm always looking forward to seeing the changes in the glacier. And the kids, you know, they've never seen anything like this before. So the looks on their faces and kind of how they approach the whole thing makes it a really awesome trip.